Lil Wayne is one of those artists in the rap community that you just can't mess with. Not only are his lyrical skills almost unmatched, but he also seems to beat almost every case that has ever been thrown his way, and there have been a lot. He's one of those rappers that is just unrivaled in the booth and in the courts. His most recent win has come against someone claiming to have been his former manager and was attempting to sue Wayne for $20 million. How crazy is that? Be sure to watch until the end of the video to find out why the California courts decided to throw away the case. Lil Wayne's ex-manager filed lawsuits. Alright, so as of last December, Ronald Sweeney and his company filed a lawsuit against Lil Wayne for a total of $20 million. Sweeney's reasoning for filing the lawsuit against the rapper is due to the fact that he believes Wayne owes him money from the previous settlement between Birdman and Wayne. Now, that's an incident stemming all the way back to 2005 and ended up not being settled for over a decade until May of 2018. So, back in 2005, Wayne and Birdman were having a serious disagreement over the amount of money that should have been paid out to Wayne's personal label, Young Money. That whole thing was drawn out and talked about for so long that it was nice to hear that it had finally been settled in 2018, when the two came to a settlement agreement. The pair settled on an agreement that would terminate Wayne's contract with Cash Money, and Universal would pay Wayne upwards of $10 million. Now, this is when Sweeney comes in. He has now filed a lawsuit claiming that Wayne still owes him payment from that settlement. You see, Sweeney has made some strong claims to things that Wayne has outright disputed. Sweeney claimed that he was Wayne's manager, and over the course of their time together, he said he has saved Wayne from over 30 lawsuits against him. Sweeney has been quoted as saying that over the course of his career working for Wayne, he worked tirelessly as Lil Wayne's manager and close confidant for 14 years, managing his managers as well as all of his entities, his friends, his enemies, and his lawyers. And if all that was true, I could see why Sweeney would want what he was owed. However, it looks like that's not the entire story, and in fact, Wayne has submitted his own evidence to the courts in an attempt to disprove everything that Ronald Sweeney has been saying. Lil Wayne files counter evidence. Since Sweeney begun making noise about Wayne owing him money, it would make sense that Lil Wayne would have begun to compile evidence to help himself when the time came. Well, it seems like Wayne didn't come to play, he came to win. Recently, Wayne and his lawyers had filed claims in an attempt to get the case thrown out in its entirety. And in the process, he has submitted a ton of his own evidence that not only disputed most of the things that Sweeney said, but also painted him as a pretty terrible attorney. First of all, Lil Wayne wanted to make it clear that despite what Ronald was saying, he was never his manager. In fact, Sweeney was only ever his lawyer, and one that ended up screwing him more than helping him. Wayne claimed that after discovering some discrepancies, he had realized that he had been being played by the man he hired to handle his legal business, and he had to fire him. Apparently, in 2018, Wayne gave Sweeney $20 million and then fired him after finding out that Sweeney had been charging him more than double what most celebrities would pay for the top-of-the-line lawyer. And Wayne goes on to make it clear that Sweeney was not a top-tier lawyer. He claims that Sweeney didn't handle some of the legal matters that he had been entrusted with properly and was paying for legal fees without the consent of Lil Wayne, the man who hired him. The real nail in the coffin for Sweeney's career as a celebrity's lawyer is the fact that Wayne is claiming during the 14 years that the two worked together, Sweeney's license to practice law was suspended on multiple occasions. Now, that doesn't scream top dollar attorney to me. And to find out that on top of that, he was doing shady things behind his back, it's no wonder that Lil Wayne fired him. If all the things that Wayne is claiming turned out to be true, and it looks like they may have, it's a shock that this man thought he could sue the rapper for more money than he already walked away with. The California courts dismissed the case. On top of all the evidence that Wayne has filed against his former lawyer, he and his current lawyer also asserted that the case should be dismissed in California due to the fact that Wayne's residence is in Florida and Sweeney operates out of New York. Wayne's lawyer argues that the fact that the case was being ruled out by the California court system made no sense to begin with. It looks like a judge in the California federal court agreed with Wayne and his attorney, because as of Wednesday, October 13th, 2021, the lawsuit filed against Lil Wayne by Ronald Sweeney has been dismissed. Now it has been dismissed without prejudice, which means that the lawsuit could be filed again in a different state, most likely New York or Florida. However, the odds of that happening seem unlikely. It doesn't feel like Sweeney even had a chance of winning after all the evidence that the rapper and his attorney filed to dispute almost every claim that Sweeney was making. So even if he did manage to file for it again, it would most likely just be a waste of everyone's time and money. And if everything that Wayne has claimed about Sweeney turned out to be true, then his career would be finished. No one would ever hire him to represent them ever again. Final thoughts. When it comes to Lil Wayne, there seems to be no shortage of people that want to come after him for his money. However, the list of people who have actually managed to come out on top is virtually non-existent. Ronald Sweeney sure made some bold claims when he tried to sue the man for what he used to work for, all of which was easily disputed by the rapper. And because of this, the case ended up being thrown out. But what do you guys think? Will Ronald Sweeney try to file it again in a different state, or will he just give it up at this point? I guess we won't know for sure until it happens. But for now, be sure to subscribe to keep in tune with all of our hip-hop news and information. Be sure to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on our next upload. Until next time, stay safe out there.